We don't do nearly enough talking about the good things that are happening. It's a big black pill environment. So why not jump on in and talk about some of the good that's been going on in the form of arrests? Everybody's always asking, where are the arrests? Well, here are some of the arrests. 24 hours ago, 5 illegals were arrested for voting in the 2024 election in the swing state of Michigan. And ask yourself this: who do you think they voted for? Who are these people voting for? Which party is promising more illegals, promising to bring all their families over, promising to give them more lavish treasure from our treasury, more welfare, and to give them voting rights? I mean, obviously, they took those voting rights anyway. They canceled out 5 Trump votes is what happened. This is the left's plan, by the way. This is how you eliminate Trump voters, right? You just bring in non-citizens to vote and cancel them out. And then you say, whoopsie, already counted the vote. Somebody who's been counting on not being charged, even with the gold bars shoved down his pants, was Gold Bar Bob Menendez. He was sentenced to 11 years. Very powerful senator from New Jersey. He ran the Foreign Affairs Committee. Isn't that amazing? Like, so did Eric Swalwell. Eric Swalwell, Bob Menendez, Foreign Affairs. Dude was caught with Egyptian gold bars shoved down his pants with the markings and everything from Egypt. I mean, there was like no doubt where they came from. It said to Bob, right? Ladies and gentlemen, Gavin Newsom's ex-chief of staff charged with corruption, stealing thousands from the campaign, a huge scandal that could potentially embroil Xavier Becerra, who is now the lead candidate for the California governor. Gavin Newsom pissed off about this because this is how you charge a RICO case. You take care of the muscle, and then you work your way up. You get everyone to flip. These people are taking plea deals. They're going to turn on Gavin. Now his wife and him are both under investigation for their taxes. Gavin Newsom's freaking out about it.
Yeah, good. Yeah, well, everybody has.
Listen to this.
I don't know much more than you do about that. And,
look at him red in the face.
All right. Anyone didn't ask? That's good. Yeah, good. Yeah, well, everybody has. I already have. You've had 20 years of my taxes. Yes. I know you love taxes. Donald Trump, when's he releasing his? Well, I am, because that's why I've released all my taxes for decades, and you will have all those new tax returns because I have no reason why you haven't gotten them already. So I have no problem.
And then he walks away. Oh, what a nightmare. Gavin Newsom lashes out. Right? A hurt animal always lashes out when you jab at it. And that's exactly what's happening. The mayor of Newark was arrested for rioting against Homeland Security. Remember in these footage from the first year of the Trump administration when the left proved time and time again that they're going to be violent and use violence to get their political ends. And this, my all-time favorite, the intelligence director for the SPLC was arrested 24 hours ago. This is Heidi Beerich, and Heidi Beerich was funding the KKK. She was buying their sheets, and then she was in between the sheets with them. As you can see here, Beerich also had a romantic relationship with the KKK member that she was spending millions of dollars on. So she had like a Nazi gigolo situation going on here. It gives a whole new meaning to between the sheets. So anyway, more arrests. Just here to celebrate, right? Just here to celebrate more arrests. Massachusetts mayor charged with a pandemic loan fraud and money laundering. This is a big one. Lawrence, Massachusetts is a big city in Massachusetts. Mayor DePena was elected as a leader of the city. He was looked up to and trusted by his constituents, but he betrayed the trust through his corruption and lies. And today's arrest is just another example of our determination to root out fraud. What happened? Well, he stole $1.5 million in COVID small business loans and then using the proceeds to fund the campaign amount, pay personal taxes, and pay off 800,000 high-interest hard money mortgages that encumbered various properties that he owned in Lawrence. Okay. Brian DePena, who is, by the way, doesn't speak English, is a like they have the text there and everything from him, is an absolute dirtbag. Been wrapped up. He's the mayor of this town. Federal charges of wire fraud, money laundering. Let's go ahead and read. FBI arrested DePena on charges of wire fraud and money laundering. U.S. attorney said in 2020 he applied for an economic injury disaster loans. Man, I'm glad I never applied for any of these. I'm glad I never asked for any of these, right? Every business owner went out and got some loan in 2020 or 2021. And man, they just keep arresting people for this stuff. Just never take money from the government. It's never worth it. Businesses were only permitted, it always comes with strings attached, right? The strings attached is, we got you. Yeah, we got you. That's why they make everyone file their taxes every single year. You miss a decimal point, we got you, right? It's better just run an honest business. Businesses were only permitted to use loans for working capital to alleviate hardships wrought by the pandemic. Like they close your restaurant or something. But prosecutors allege that the mayor used the money to fund his campaign. Oh, that's of course total, very illegal. And oh man. Okay, but he could spend some money, dude. Prosecutor said $350,000 of relief funds were electronically deposited into his bank account, replenishing the coffers that have been depleted to just $20. DePena allegedly paid $85,000 of the pandemic relief funds to the IRS to pay off his tax debts. Anybody who has tax debts should have never gotten any of these loans in the first place. He also transferred $120,000 of the fund to his personal account. He wrote $90,000 checks to his own campaign. So it's just pure money laundering of federal funds into your campaign funds, which is a big no-no. It's the other thing. Run for office. This is how they get you. You run for office, you spend like $1 the wrong way. You buy the wrong person a snow cone, and they'll put you in prison for it. Keep your hands clean, man. In late 2021, prosecutors said the federal government approved the modification increase of loan of $1.5 million, bringing the total amount to $1.65 million that he stole. He used $42,000 of his mayoral campaign and $800,000 for mortgages. He just paid off his properties. Yeah. Okay. Ooh. Today, the FBI arrested DePena for allegedly cashing in on the public health crisis and blatantly defrauding the government program meant to keep businesses alive. Blue states are in shambles, ladies and gentlemen. Despite holding elected office in America, he can't speak English. He faces 30 years in prison. Great. Good. This is so awesome because every single time that you do that, every single time that like something like this happens, it is a signal, is a big warning sign to everybody else who's doing this. It's the only way you're going to fix the fraud in the country. You barely speak English. Let's listen to him.
I move. I don't speak perfect English. When I knock in door, never I promise to my constituency. I speak perfect English.
Okay.
But I make one promise.
You're going to be very popular in prison, pal. What a nightmare. What a nightmare. He needed a translator. He can't speak. He needed a translator in order to campaign. Boy, did he need a translator after getting arrested? FBI arrested Lawrence Mayor Brian DePena. You got $1.5 million in COVID loans, and this is where you're living, bro? Okay. All right. Jeez. It's like if these people are going to actually like just defraud the government and steal all the money, right? At least go the Pablo Escobar route, right? Helicopters and shootouts and what a nightmare. He's also pleaded guilty. Ugh. The former chief of staff to Massachusetts Mayor Brian DePena pleaded guilty. Child predator materials. Ugh. What a nightmare. What a mess. Massachusetts. The new abortion rule and everything. What a horrible. That state needs it. That state needs an entire exorcism. Plenty of Catholics there. You should just hire an exorcist for the entire state. Start over. John Adams weeps. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. More arrests. See ya.